Hello folks, hope all of you are doing very well these days. Let me come to the point straight away because we have been studying about karma in a very elaborate manner, and this video is the continuation of the book review of SADHGURU's book titled Karma. Okay, since we have done many videos on karma, I thought along with that we will do this also. Okay, so we have seen the first half of the second chapter, which is the chapter's name is Volition. And what is the meaning of volition? The power of choosing. So as human beings compared to animals, we are definitely in a better off position. In the evolutionary tree, we are occupying the top. And in what way we are better off? See, animals have only 5 senses, whereas we have got the 6th sense. What is the meaning of 6th sense? The discerning capacity, the ability to distinguish the right and the wrong. Okay, so that we are endowed with that 6th sense. So volition also means the power of choosing. So once we know that which is right and which is wrong, then we have the power to choose what is right and what is wrong, isn't it? And if you choose the right path, you will accumulate positive karma. If you choose the wrong path, you will accumulate negative karma. Okay, and this only results in repetition of the cycle, birth death cycle. Okay, so that is how it goes on. And I told you about the story of 2 friends as written in SADHGURU's book, and he also refers to this that it is already said by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And I have read it from Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's book also when I was very small, when I was in 6th standard or 7th standard. I might not have understood many things there then, but now I understand it in a better way. Okay, like 2 friends, one listening to the Bhagavad Gita, another one going to the brothel house, and so on. Now, another example of, so Sadhguru says that the intention behind the act is very important. The intention behind the act is very important. So he talks about 5 examples, like 2 small children playing with the knife. By mistake, one child cuts the neck of the other child, not deliberately, by mistake, and so the other child dies. So the one who cut the neck, though it is done by mistake, he is accumulating negative karma. Okay, he had no intention of killing the other child, but still he did it. Okay, then the second category is, the second example is a few people just cutting vegetables in a small group. They are talking and getting into an argument, and they start fighting, and then one stabs at the other, and that person is killed. Then the one who is stabbing, he never intended to kill the person. His intention was not to kill the person, but in the heated argument, he was in a rage, and so he stabbed. Here also, one person dies and the other person gets the jail imprisonment. That is, he is accumulating a lot of negative karma for which he is paying the fine. Then the third is, say a person is having an enemy, and he wants to get rid of that fellow because he is a nuisance in his business. Okay, he is the opponent in his business, so he wants to kill him. He has no right to even think about killing another person, or none of us have the right to think about killing another person, but still this fellow, he wants to kill that person, he wants to take him out of the scene. So he is planning, and then somehow he is having a very good plot to kill the person, and he kills his enemy. So here also the enemy dies, but the person who is killing, he is having more and more karma, because he has been thinking about it, making a lot of arrangements to kill the person. So his accumulated negative karma is too much. Then the fourth example, what he says is, a person, he wants to kill his enemy, and so he doesn't do it directly. He is inviting him to his house for dinner. He is mixing poison with that food, and then like that he is killing the person. So here also one person is killed and the other person is accumulating karma. So out of these 4 examples, who is having the maximum? The 4th one. Then I said Sadhguru gives 5 examples. What about the 5th example? See, in the 5th example, what is happening is, nothing is happening outside, like stabbing, arguing, killing, like that. Nothing is happening outside, nobody is killed. But you know, the person who is having an enemy, he is going on developing so much of hatred in his mind for his enemy. See, the level of bitterness is too much within the person, and so this is creating deeper mental consequences. No physical consequences. No physical consequences meaning not going to jail, no imprisonment, no physical punishment, nothing. But you know, he is undergoing a lot of mental torture. The consequences of his deeper mental torture itself is enough, because he has accumulated so much of negative karma. And so here there is no judgment. That fellow is not going to the jail, he is not behind the bars, he is not put behind the bars, but still he has imprisoned himself. A very beautiful way of expressing it in his own style. Sadhguru has said it like this: he has imprisoned himself. You know, the mental karma is so much, and so he is having more of internal suffering rather than getting imprisonment. So in all these things, what is important? The intention is important. And Sadhguru goes on to say that nowadays, even in law, that is even in the court, the intention of the murder is taken into account for any case, not only for murder, for any case, under what circumstances the fellow committed such a grave mistake. What is the intention behind it? Like that, the intention is taken into account before giving the punishment, before passing the final verdict. So, by all means, the intention is important. If you are doing something wrong also, but if your intention is good, then the karma, the effect of karma will not be so severe. Okay, that's what he says. And another thing is, see, he is giving, see, this volition is the capacity to choose, and it is affecting the pranic body. That is the 3rd layer, the physical body, the mental body, and the astral body. See, getting angry, shouting at the top of your voice because of the anger, fighting fiercely. Now all these things, it affects the physical body, it affects the mental body, and it affects the energy body also. And if the energy body is damaged, then we will get into a lot of trouble in this lifetime itself. Okay, that's what he says. And so, see, he is giving again 5 examples. Number 1, see, you have a negative thought. Then, as soon as the negative thought comes into our mind, we have to identify it and we have to cut it. Otherwise, it will lead to some negative karma. Then, second case is, if you have some negative thought and if some emotion is added to that, negative emotions, not only negative thought, feelings, emotions means feelings, negative emotions are also added to that, then the karma is deeper. The effect of the karma is deeper, the intensity is more. Then the third case is, there is negative thought, there is negative emotion, and there is a physical external action like stabbing a person, chopping off the head, or mutilating the person, cutting the hands and legs, or stabbing, so many things. So in rage, people don't know what they are doing, so they just do like all wrong things in the extreme condition. Then the intensity is more deeper karma. Okay, that is, the karma is going deeper and deeper. Then the fourth case is the negative thought plus emotion, but here there is no physical act, but he is thinking it mentally many times. So recurrent mental action. He is plotting as to how to kill the person. He is plotting how to spoil his good relationship with his family people. He is planning so many negative things. So there the karma level is very deep, very strong intensity. Okay, then so these are the four cases. Then in the fifth case, he talks about black magic. Black magic means inflicting bad things, desiring, longing for bad things to happen for your enemy, for your opponent, and not only that, going to a magician, doing some black magic in order to destroy the other person. Now this is having the worst karma. Black magic was very prevalent in olden days, whereas nowadays people are not interested in that, because see, black magic, it is, say there are 4 Vedas, no? Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana. This Atharvana Veda talks a lot about this black magic. So people in earlier days, they learnt the Atharvana Veda and they started practicing, and it was passed on from generation to generation. Whereas nowadays the present generation is no more interested in all those things. It is good in a way. So the act of doing black magic and inflicting negative things to the opponent is reducing. It has almost come to nil. Maybe some small ways they are doing, but even then, a person doing or performing, or he is being instrumental in doing this black magic, he gets the maximum karma. So that is what he talks about the karma. He says the volition is affecting the energy body. And we have already seen about individual karma, family karma, society karma, country karma, and world karma. See what happened in the corona period. Lakhs and lakhs of people died if you take the whole world into account. That is the earth karma. Okay, and it resulted in the death of many people, and people who survived learnt some very crucial lessons. They learnt a lot. No, after corona period, on the whole, if you go to a government office or with an auto rickshaw man, I am able to see a lot of change in his attitude. So it has taught us a lesson. So maybe the whole world needed a lesson, and that is why it happened. So earthquakes, frequent earthquakes resulting in the death of thousands of people, tsunami, all these things are the society's karma, the earth's karma or the country's karma. If a country alone is suffering, it is the karma of the country. Okay. So Sadhguru goes on to say that, see, for example, what is the society karma? That is, in foreign countries, girls or ladies wearing very short skirts is permitted. Is permitted means all are wearing and nobody is bothered to look at the person wearing short skirts, this and that. Their culture is different. Whereas it is prohibited in our country, in our culture. So, if you do something against the norms of the society, even that is bringing negative karma. Okay, that's what he says. And Sadhguru goes on to say one small incident, that is a cooked up story with Shankaran Pillai as our hero. See, Shankaran Pillai is in the deathbed. So he wants to prepare a will. So he is calling a lawyer. So he is telling the lawyer, I am going to die. I have a great fortune. I have accumulated a lot of fortune, and all the fortune will go to my wife. Okay, he prepared the will like that. Then Shankaran Pillai came out with an idea. Shankaran Pillai came out with a condition. Idea turned into a condition. What is the condition? You write in the will. You say that all the fortune will go to my wife, but she must remarry within 90 days. So the lawyer got wonderstruck. What is this? No man says like this. Within 90 days, that too. After 1 or 2 years means okay. Within 90 days. Why do you say Pillai? The lawyer asked. Then Shankaran Pillai said, at least after 90 days, I want a man to realize or feel sorry for my death. That's what Shankaran Pillai says. So, what is the intention of Shankaran Pillai? The wife is getting a lot of fortune. That is a different thing. But is Shankaran Pillai having a good intention while passing on the fortune and asking the wife to marry within 90 days? His intention is totally wrong, isn't it? So, he will, so it is not superficially to be seen. It is how we do things and with what motive, with what intention we are doing. That is what matters. Okay, so you see, the animals act on instincts, and so they have minimal karma, whereas we act on desires. And desire, you know, see, even Buddha said about desire, but it has been misinterpreted in many ways. Buddha said, don't have too much of desire. But you know, to some extent desire is needed. Even to run our mundane life, even to lead a materialistic life, we need some desire. But only you see, the desire becomes dangerous only when you become too desirous and when you get too much of attachment towards a particular thing. Okay, otherwise it is not a problem. We must see a student going to school must have some desire, otherwise he or she will not study. He should plan that I should do well, I should get full marks, I should get the first rank. See, that much of positive desire, that desire is necessary to have to give him a driving force, to give him an impetus. Otherwise, he will not do well, isn't it? So, desire is important, but too much of attachment is not good. And that is what I have already said in one of the videos, 50% attachment and 50% detachment. Okay, that is very, very essential. So, since human beings act too much on the basis of desire, we are accumulating maximum karma, because the desire results in too much of attachment, which is not good. Okay, and he also says that the society has its own karma. See, for example, now, see the population, the world population is too much. The population in India is too much that, you know, we are not able to enforce even a good thing. When a law is enforced, we don't even we are unable to see that it reaches everyone, because that population is too much. Why did we go to that level? We should have had a check earlier, much earlier. We should have thought about it. So now it is the negative karma of the society. Like that, say earlier, lakhs and lakhs of people died because of smallpox, tuberculosis, leprosy, polio, like that. Thousands of people got crippled because of polio. Whereas now there is no polio. Polio is abolished. Smallpox is totally abolished. I mean, it is removed from the society. Okay, people are not dying of tuberculosis now. There are medicines for that. Even for leprosy, if it is identified in the early stage, it can be cured to some extent. So, because we have identified, we have found out medicines for that. Okay, in one way we are doing good things, but when we are doing away with these things, what is happening? New things are cropping up. Diabetes, high BP, low BP, then the lifestyle diseases, cancer, then kidney failure, dialysis. No, like that there are new things coming. All these things are also because of the karma of the society. Because we are not empowering people to lead a proper life. So like this, he goes on explaining about the various karmas, and he also talks about, see, if we live life in a half-hearted way, even that is creating karma. Whatever we do, we have to do it with a full involvement. We have to live the life fully. Otherwise, even that is creating negative karma. See, you know, we do so many things for the sake of doing. If such things happen, then that also results in negative karma. And he goes on to explain about the difference between the pain and the suffering. See, suppose by mistake, we while trimming the nail, we cut the finger. It is blood is oozing and it is creating pain. It is inevitable. Getting the pain because of the cut or the wound is inevitable. At the same time, we suffer a lot because of that. That suffering is more of psychological, which is not good. See, pain is physical, it is okay. But suffering is psychological, which is not correct. Okay, so like this he goes on explaining more and more about the volition and the nature of the karmas. Anyway, a little more is left. We will see in the next video, and we will start with the sadhana of the second chapter, and also with we will continue with the third chapter. Okay, thank you.